Hello one and all, and welcome back to Let's Play Empyrion Galactic Survival with me, EkkiThump. It's now episode 20, isn't it? And I'm back here at Atuin in the warp drive room, just bathing in some sweet tachyon rays, relaxing after the successful raid on the factory last episode. So, what are our plans for this episode? Well, first of all, I think last time around the striker got a bit banged up. This thruster got shot off by a cheeky drone, and now this part doesn't match. The striker has served us well, but I think it's time to experiment a little bit, and to that end I've downloaded a couple of new vehicles off the workshop. This is the one I think I'm going to go for. This is Jennifer's Zero-G collection Crimson Razor. You may remember we've had one Jennifer vehicle in this video, in this Let's Play series before, the Diamondback, way back on the start of our expedition on Aqua. But this one has guns. It has quite a bit of armament actually. It takes 50Z and 50E, so that's hopefully going to do rather well. We'll keep the striker around. It served us well, but as you can see I've moved it off to the side here, and hopefully we can park the Crimson Razor in the middle here. It seems like it could be a bit bigger. Hopefully it'll still fit. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to do, last time Scott G posted me a video which was a link to Lift Pizza's explanation of the different weapon types, and that got me thinking. You know, we've been using a pretty similar weapon setup for quite a while. We got this epic laser rifle, we've got the T2 sniper, and we've got the epic assault rifle, but we've got a ton of other different weapons to try. So I think I'm going to break out some of those. We'll take a different weapon loadout on the run with us. And where are we going to run to? Well, obviously I have that radar still to hit in case I don't find anything, but as you can see from the resource count here, we still have plenty to discover on Omicron. It feels like we've been here for ages, doesn't it? But we've only explored about half the planet by my reckoning. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the Zero-G Razor, which is going to involve mining some iron, because for some reason I'm out of it. Possibly because I built 2,000 rounds of ammo for Atuin or whatever. I'm going to go mining. I'm going to take the new weapons and hit up the radar, and then we're just going to explore and see if we can find another POI to raid, because there's got to be at least one more, hasn't there? So first of all I'm going to have to empty the cargo boxes because I haven't done that yet. Then I'm going to get some ammo on the go for the new weapons. I'm thinking epic minigun, epic shotgun, and I'm going to take the pulse rifle as well. That should give us an interesting different loadout. The epic plasma cannon we'll try out some of the time. And after that I'm going to go and hit up the radar, which I won't show a great deal of on camera because we've done it before. I'll just show the highlights, you know, the shooty bits. And after that we're going to go exploring, hopefully in the new Crimson Razor, depending on how quickly it builds for us. I'm going to go and find another new POI to raid that we haven't already done. So that's the plan. I'm going to get started on it, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and I have finished production of the Crimson Razor. So I'm going to head out and spawn it on the ground. I've got a tank full, well, I've got an inventory full of hydrogen fuel packs. So with any luck we'll actually be able to get it into Atuin's SV bay. Yeah, I did go and do the radar, but unfortunately I forgot to press record. I did try out the new weapons. So the minigun was excellent, the shotgun was situationally excellent as long as there's nothing else sort of in the vicinity that you don't want to hit, and the pulse rifle was an assault rifle. Basically it's pretty much the same. But now the time is here, let's spawn our new SV, the Zero-G Crimson Razor. Ooh, and take a look at that. It's even got a little deco antenna on top. Very nice vehicle. In the stay away from me, I'm dangerous, red and black. Not too sure about these air holes on the side. But you know, video game logic, I guess it doesn't matter too much, does it? I'm sure it's airtight, really. Okay, so is this an open cockpit? Oh no, those aren't air holes. The cockpit is enclosed within a barrier of hardened steel. That's very nice. It does make it slightly difficult to get into. Ah, I got back out again. There we go. Okay, yeah, not a bad design actually, having the cockpit wrapped up in hard metal. And solve some of the problems, should make it extremely sturdy. Let's take a look at what it's packing. Let's auto group everything, shall we? 5 railguns, just the job, that's what I was going to build anyway. So I want some railgun bullets for that. 99 thrusters. Ah, but a lot of them are directional. Okay. So that is a lot of thrusters, which makes me think it's going to use a lot of power. We're at 115% power use. That's not good. We're at about 1.5 minutes of fuel time. Yeah, kind of a fuel hog. Holy balls. Okay, so we've got 5.2 minutes of fuel with 4 full tanks. We are going to have to take off... Sorry Jennifer, but we're going to have to take off some of these thrusters. I reckon we can lose a few without damaging the acceleration too much. Yeah, definitely needs some custom work. Good looking ship though, isn't it? It's got a nice sort of UFO-ish feel to it. It just about fits in the bay in terms of width. Does it? Jesus, there's a lot of acceleration. Okay, it does have docking clamps. Okay, so... the thrusters are all hidden behind hardened steel. Right, so step 1, I've shoved in an extra generator. Taken out a couple of the ammo boxes. So that's all to the good. That brings it down to 86% at full flight. Right, what I'm going to do next is spend a bit of time grouping up the thrusters according to which direction they actually thrust in. Then we can work out like how much thrust we can actually sacrifice. This is a nippy little ship. Okay, let's kill the power for now. Hop on out. So I'm going to deactivate all of the thrusters. So we've got 0 thrust in every direction, and then I'm going to start grouping them up according to which direction they thrust in when I turn them back on. Which is going to take me a while, but just to demonstrate, so I've activated one of the directional thrusters, and that's giving me 2 ms squared upwards. So we know that's an upward thruster, so I'll go back here, and it's that one. I'm going to add a new group. Thruster up, and I'm going to move that to that group, and I'm just going to carry on like this until I've got them all grouped up, and I'll see you when I've finished. Right, so I've got all the thrusters grouped up. We've got 28 main thrusters, 16 downforce, 14 left and right strafing thrusters, 13 retros, and 14 up forces. So I think we can turn a few off pretty safely. I'm pretty sure that we can probably do with less than 24 RCS units as well, come to think of it. So let's flick a few of those off. I'm not sure exactly how many, but let's take it down to half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 8. Right, so we've got half the RCS units, we've got 40 ms squared of forward thrust, and we've got, should be 13 in every direction of directional thrust. So let's see what the fuel usage is like now. I'll refill the tanks. Okay, let's go to third person and power on. Still pretty nippy, and that gives us 6 minutes on a full tank. Let's see, turn off a few more of the forward thrusters. Got it to 40. Let's take it down another couple. If we take it down, I mean to 20. It's 25, 22. How can that make no difference? I've just turned off a bunch of the thrusters, and it seems to be making no difference at all to how much power they're consuming. Okay, well anyway, we've got do you know what I might do actually? Yeah, because with this thing the question is fuel efficiency. I don't want it to be in the air for very long. Let's kill the power and hop out. So I might use this as my assault craft and the striker as the scout craft, because it can take a bit of punishment, and also doesn't use up nearly as much fuel, and it is still fairly maneuverable. So yeah, I think that's the way forward. We're going to use this thing, which I'm going to rename now before I forget. Right, so we hop in here, and this is the Crimson Razor. Okay, and if we're not going to be that worried about fuel efficiency, we're just going to turn all the thrusters, all the RCS units, everything back on. Because if it's going to be our assault craft, it might as well be as manoeuvrable as possible. All the RCS units are on, all the thrusters are on. Right, so I am going to craft up a bunch of railgun bullets to load into the Razor. And while they're cooking up, I'm going to go out in the Striker and seek out another POI to hit. So railgun bullets. Let's go big, do 100 of those. Back into Old Faithful. Let's fuel her up. The Razor I may even splash out and use actual Prometheum fuel packs. Jesus, that's going to be a bit of a faff, isn't it? But never mind. We'll worry about that later. Look at that, 17 minutes of flight time. Off tanks largely full of hydrogen packs. Magic. Okay, well, I've been around the entire of Omicron, found all the mineral deposits, and there only seems to be one POI left that we haven't raided, leaving aside one additional unknown artifact that I've stumbled across, which, as far as I'm concerned, are useless. And that is the Xenu power plant. So, the railgun bullets should be finished by now. Let's see if we can just sneak the Striker back in over the Razor. I think we're going to have to move that and park it slightly to the left in future. Ooh, steady, steady. Yeah, we need more space in here. I might have to remodel the Great Atawin's SV bay a bit, because this was designed to only hold one vehicle. Jesus. Okay, bring it down. Bring it down. Right. Kill the power there. And maybe it would be a good idea for me to restart the game, because I'm getting... I don't know how this is recording, but I'm getting very slideshow-ish graphics. So I'm just going to quickly and restart the game, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we are airborne on our way to the Xenu power station, our last POI on Omicron. In the downtime I had a little bit of a play with the thrusters to see if I could get them to stop draining power, but I just cannot. I think you actually have to physically remove the thrusters in order to get them to stop draining power, regardless of whether they're active or not. So that's possibly a bit of a bug that needs to be looked at. But never mind, I've just filled up with some of the large Prometheum fuel packs, which carry 10 times as much fuel value. And you know what, I've forgotten to put the railgun bullets in the ammo box. Good thing I noticed before we started taking on the base. There we go, I was just going to reload and then I thought, wait a minute. So it should be just past the radar somewhere. Yeah, possibly a bit of a bug that needs to be looked at with the thrusters. But never mind, we can afford it, we've got loads of fuel. And we've still got over 1,000 Prometheum, like raw Prometheum, back at base. So here we go, railgun combat. Our first assault. And where are the turrets? I see one. There goes that. It's actually got quite a decent fire concentration. I was a bit worried about aiming these. But they seem to all like converge just below the crosshairs. So I don't think we'll have any trouble. Right, they're just deco antenna. Now this looks a lot like the radar, doesn't it? Actually. Hopefully it's got something a bit different to offer inside. That's right, this is the base that I thought was under the radar station initially. You remember way back when we first arrived on Omicron and I did the radar over there. I thought this was another radar station because they look actually identical, don't they? Let's pulse rifle these guys. Why is he not shooting at me? These things are so rubbish. Who's that? Where's that fire coming from? Gordon Bennett. Right, let's get into the power station. Need to take this out before anything else spawns. So we've got some food and some pulse rifle ammo. And where's customer number 3? He's over here with pulse rifle ammo. Let's stack the food. And cash in the credit cards. And we've now got 1400 credits. Okay, I've made a few extra bombs. We may not need them if this is the same sort of base, because this was very small. Get out the shotgun for some possible close quarters combat. Okay, let's try the minigun. Yeah, so you can tell I'm not really losing anything by leaving the epic laser rifle. Is there another? Fuck you. I'd hazard a guess that those are large generators, since this is a power plant. That was pretty good. Fantastic AI, as always. Actually, that's the core room, isn't it, if this is the same kind of base. Let's clear up top first. God fucking damn it, where are these drones coming from? build that fucking ship. You have to keep an eye on the bloody radar. Right, let's take this out for a distance. Grab all this stuff. And we should have an elevator up. And what's going to be up here? Be dogs, I wonder? Yep, dogs. Okay. No problem. Pop a med pack. A lot of power in this thing. Ooh. And that's a lot of dead dogs. No one tell the RSPCA about this. Right, so this doesn't go any further up. So let's go back down. Take out the core. And we can loot these yellow containers. At least we've got some yellow ones in this station. Where's the door? Here we go. Yeah, see, we're doing quite a bit of damage to that yellow container. So that sentry cannon's not going to bother us. Those turret bots still are. We're going to bother them as well. Okay. Loot. Empty out. Come back for the loot run. You know the drill. Oh, there's a bit of green. More green. And a spare pulse rifle. More green. Even more green and some red. Not the worst actually, because it was green we ran out of. Whoops. Yeah, although thinking about it, they were actually large generators at the radar as well. So this is literally the same base with a different name. Lazy that is. Okie dokie, well that is it. We are done with Omicron. Only taken us 20 episodes. We've conquered 2 planets plus 1 moon. There's still Omicron moon left to go. I think before I actually take Tatooine up to the moon, I'm going to remodel it so that we can actually get the Crimson Razor into the base properly. And I'm going to... this is where I put the generator, by the way. I'm going to colour these blocks black, obviously. Where was that thing actually shooting at? Is this only normal steel? It is. We can actually upgrade this completely to hardened steel. Do we have any blocks? Steel blocks. Placeable hardened steel blocks. They don't have a... I'm not sure if they weigh anymore. Okay. Well, I guess I'm also going to upgrade this to hardened steel and see... Oh, some of it's hardened steel, most of it isn't. That's peculiar. Anyway, enough about that. I'm going to take my loot back to Tatooine, and yeah, that is it. We have conquered Omicron. That's 2 planets in the Empire. 2 planets plus a moon. And where are we going to head next after the moon? I've got a bit of time to think about it. Scott wanted me to go to Masperon. I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet. We'll think about it in the future anyway. We've still got some POIs, and we've got to build a base on the moon. We didn't really build a base on Aqua Moon, we just kind of conquered one quickly. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, good test flight for the Crimson Razor. Performed pretty well. I like the way it shoots, I like the way it flies. I don't like the way it guzzles fuel, but there doesn't seem to be much we can do about that without ripping off half the thrusters. Enjoyed using those new weapons as well. That shotgun particularly just wrecks faces if you're getting close. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more gameplay of Empyrion Galactic Survival. I've been EkkiThump, and I will see you next time.